It's going. I currently own basically all of the New World, including North and South America. I see the Aztecs pulled a funny haha meme when I wasn't looking. I own mostly all of Europe and Africa. And I've been slowly just taking bite-sized chunks off of things. Going pretty good. Making, 1,500 ducats and 72 cents. A month just in profit. So I could just build whatever I want and have as much manpower pushed around the field as I possibly can. Can. Brain blocks up. Other than that, I'm just kind of like fighting for Australia right now. I'm about to declare war on Ming in a second to steal all of its islands in the Pacific. I'm going to summon the war fleet to go to the Pacific to clear out the shipping. Just casual EU4 things. Alright, EU4 is a grand strategy country management sim where you're trying to survive slash grow bigger. Where you manage and juggle a few different aspects of the game. You manage your money, you manage your manpower, and you manage your monarch power, which is admin, diplomatic, and military. And you're trying to advance your technology. These things right here will help you. And you're trying to build a big enough army to fight a lot of your opponents, while not growing too large and causing everyone to kill you in response, because you can get a coalition from expanding too fast. That's basically it. It is a country management sim of expansion, growth, and technology, with some trade and naval sprinkle on. You also have the elements of religion and internal estates. Those also help. Currently, this game, usually it takes until like the 1700s to even get to the size of here. It's really depending on how everything goes. The reason why I'm at this size right now is because I had imported a save from Crusader Kings 3 and continued that save onwards from that time point. And it allowed me to do some things that you usually can't do. I legitimately have I think a pretty high percentage chance to actually conquer the world before the game ends. Some of the best strategies, as I remember as a small nation, is you want to try to buddy up with a bigger nation. A bigger nation or the biggest nation you possibly can buddy up with, that allows you to expand either with their help, or at least allows them to protect you from outside aggressors. Usually you want to, if you're in a normal game, you would try to ally either France, Austria, or whoever you can. And or just ally other nations of similar size of you that could help protect you. Going off of that, if you can't militarily expand at all, then try to dev up your provinces when you're not getting technologies to give you more economic power to try to then militarily expand yourself in the future. There is a lot of luck involved with small nations expanding because it can easily be where a bigger nation eventually decides it wants to take your land and you can't just get any allies to help you and you're kind of just screwed. Because as an objective as a small nation, unless you're doing a meme run and trying to stay near a single province, you always want to try to expand when there's an opportunity. What are the best nations for beginners? The funny thing enough, it is the largest nations on the map. If you want to have a massive army and a lot of money, you want to start as the Ottomans, because there's a lot of leeway in playing the Ottomans in mistakes. As long as you don't declare war, unlike Austria at the beginning of the game, you can have an easy time at war. You can kind of get a feel for the game. England's another good one, although there is some hiccups at the start with war with France. But after that, you kind of just are really safe on your island. You can kind of do your own things, figure out the game. And funnily enough, there is actually another nation I would recommend, even though it's slightly complicated at the start. It is Japan, starting as Ashikaga, because you are not going to get invaded unless something really weird happens. And your main thing is you're trying to diplomatically annex your vassals, and it'll teach you about the vassal system in a weird way. And you're trying to just integrate your other daimyos into your empire. And then you're basically safe on the island of Japan for several hundred years. The one gameplay I would never recommend is playing a native. The native gameplay is unique, and you have to play in a very specific way at the beginning. Otherwise, you'll die when the Europeans show up. And it's one of those, if you don't do the thing, a specific play style in the New World, you just die. Whenever anyone shows up. No, I don't only play this. I've been playing only this to try to finish this campaign, as it does take a long time to get. Technically, I started in 1198. Normally, the game starts in 1444. And I'm trying to get to either the 1800s. I think it's 18 something. Can't remember. I think it's 1856. 1856 is when the game ends. Or if I conquer the world. If I conquer the world, I'll import the save early to Vicky 3, the next game in the series, as I am playing a grand campaign. Which is the Victorian area for the game series. Boop. Because before I started the Grand Campaign, I played World of Warships, I played Battle Brothers, I played a game called U-Boat on the Twitch. I played RimWorld for 2.5 seconds, but I was tired that day, and so I was like, okay, I gotta pass out. Hmm. Yeah, the funny thing is the inverse has happened to me, where I went from having a bunch of work all the time to then just basically having no work. Now I have like all the time in the world to play games. I'm like, this is weird. Because a lot of games feel like you need to invest a lot of time to play them. I know Baldur's Gate 3 is one of those games that's like, it requires so much time to play the game. Because there's so much content. And I don't even, I didn't beat Baldur's Gate 3. I got to Act 3 and ran into a bunch of bugs and then like, it was like, oh, I'll come back to this later, and then it's like 6 months later. The only type of games I kind of can even remotely manage time for is the small micro games that you can just kind of pick up and put down at any time. There's also, because I'm trying to think of games that are even remotely like that. Stardew Valley technically is a micro game where you can kind of like do a day in the game and then like stop. Because, again, it feels like every game requires 100 hours to play. If it's an MMO, it's infinite forever. It will never end. Because MMOs are a second job now. They're no longer just about fun. And yeah. I've been doing this since November. I think I started playing U-Boat. And then I kind of bounced around on a couple games, and then I started CK3, which took a long time. I think that's a 70-part episode series. Till I gave up because the game was running too slowly. And I've started this game and doing the grand campaign for it for over a week now, I think. So yeah, I've been doing it since November of last year. Yeah, I've been slowly improving my streamer skills in terms of being able to talk. I kind of would just not want to speak in terms of I just look at game. But I've been kind of just slowly improving myself in terms of that aspect. Also didn't have a lot of time when I started out, like 4 months ago. And then, like, I feel like half a month ago, my job kind of got fucky-wucky, and I've just had all the time in the world, so I have just more time to stream. And I've just been more... And now I can focus a lot more effort and time on this than I normally would. I would have a live 2D model right now, but EU4 doesn't like that. The idea that came from streaming is I already was doing YouTube, and I was like, well, I expend the effort to do these YouTube videos. I should just also probably stream these too, so if there's anyone from YouTube that wants to actually hang out, talk, we can do that. And so I did that for a while. Like, mainly it's because I was already doing YouTube. And just like, I also wanted to be a VTuber for a long time. And even though I still, right now, I'm doing a PNG model because of EU4, I never really had the, like, I didn't have the webcam, I didn't have any of the stuff for it. And also, just lack of confidence in it. And then I was like, okay, screw it, I'm just gonna start streaming, because why not? Like, I could do this. And then it's taken a while for me to get to the point where I can be more interactive with stream, in terms of not just sitting in silence every episode, or like every time I stream. So I try to vocalize my thoughts a bit more. I used to, way back when, talk to myself, and then I kind of stopped, and now I'm trying to reactivate that. Yeah, I got some things in the works right now. It's basically all set up. Alright, I have beaten the Pacha Federation. Let's go. Artists I found on VGen. I'm getting it custom. I'm getting a model. I'm gonna be getting a couple other things. Some illustrations, that sort of thing. And whenever I get to the point where I can add emotes, I'll be getting emotes from them. Yeah, I think I'm getting that too. Check. I'm getting everything in waves. Eventually, it's going to be the whole package. I'm not getting everything at once. I'm getting it over time because I do not have the money to afford everything at once. uh, a decent amount. Not gonna really disclose how much. Again, I would say I'm not going to disclose that. Me and them. One, that is personal, and two, I do not like disclosing that sort of information. Well, the best advice that I can give you in terms of how, because it's going to vary how much you're going to be able to spend personally in terms of who you want the art from, how much art you want from them. The best I can offer is go look through VGen, because VGen has a lot of artists that are there. There's also Fiverr, but I'm a lot more wary of Fiverr. Because Fiverr does seem to have a lot of people that do suboptimal work once in a while. It does, because it's what I did when I was looking. VGen has a lot seemingly better quality control in terms of verification. So if you want to look for an artist or how much to spend, you want to go look through VGen. And then look through the verified artists. That's how I found the artist that I'm working with now, is through VGen, just kind of like glancing through every single artist. I found a lot of artists I would love to work with, but their prices are literally through the roof, and I'm like, I can't do this. And the one I did find was they had reasonable prices, and I wanted to work with them. Whenever I get my model, I will be telling who they are, but I'll wait until I get my model. Because there is a lot of artists out there, and there's a lot of new artists that are out there, and there's a lot of artists that have done very little. There's a lot of artists that come knocking at my door trying to sell me things, and I'm like, you have like no other spot that you're selling them than on Twitter, and I'm like very not trustworthy in that regard, because it's like you have no other references but a couple posts on Twitter, and I feel very uncomfortable buying from that. So if you want some guarantees that the artist will hopefully be there, VGen, and then you want to do background research to see if they're legit, just as a double assurance. Again, that's gonna be up to you and you searching. Because depending on who you get it from, it's gonna be several $1,000s to several $100s, and the quality is going to vary and the style is gonna vary. I'm not gonna disclose the artists I'm working with until they actually deliver. I don't want to have egg on my face if I recommend them. Because the artists, take time. The only thing else I could give you is if you just want me just to give you a ballpark price of it, what theoretically it would cost if you went to any artists whatsoever that is on the moderately charging side. That, because I don't know much more to tell you. I murdered these rebels. Murdered these rebels. No land theft. How dare you steal my land? Yes, I is here. Hello, hello.